I really would like to find a time that works for everybody, and that's probably a total impossibility given our community is international. So, anyway, let's take a few moments to take a few breaths together, and then we'll get into what we're here for today. So, just settle yourself in and just notice your body and notice what maybe adjustments your body wants to make in order to feel upright and balanced and comfortable, that your sits bones are seated equally balanced on this chair, your spine is straight, shoulders relaxed, let the face relax. Feel even your skull, sort of the muscles relax all around the skull, letting the ears drop, letting the face muscles, those tiny muscles, all relax. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the collarbone and the shoulders, the arms. Feel a relaxation in your back, even as your spine seeks to rise straight and smooth with that gentle, natural curve. Coming down into the chest and the belly, softening the chest and the belly. Feeling the buttocks relax, the thighs, quadriceps, knees, calves, shins, ankles, feet. Upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands. And take a breath in, bringing the breath down from the crown all the way down into the pelvic bowl, expanding and softening the belly, and exhaling to release out the base of the spine, any tensions, worries of the day, any distractions whatsoever. Just allowing yourself to come more fully present as you breathe in again, down from the crown all the way down. Softening, expanding into the belly, and gently releasing. And one more breath in, and release. Thank you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Well, it's been a busy time for me with interviewing for Return of the Priestess, and we have an extraordinary lineup this year. Very excited to share with you such a diversity of priestesses. And I mean that in every sense of the word. I mean diversity from where they're coming from, their ethnic background, their skin color, their priestess lineage, the quality of their being, their focus, whether they're what their sort of mission is, if you will. So it's going to be a pretty big, powerful, I think, event this year. And it's, of course, takes a lot of energy. It's not like it's hard in that sense, but it's a lot of interviews. We have 32 speakers this year. One of them is the visionary of the charitable cause we're donating to this year, an extraordinary woman from South Africa who is really doing the grassroots effort of building the self-esteem of the South African Black people who are still living under the psychological thumb of the long-standing apartheid. And it was a serendipitous way of meeting her, so I'm very excited about that as well. And there's so much more I could say, but what I feel is that I need to drop in because I felt Isis come through as I was preparing for this, and I feel like there's a message that wants to come through, and then we can talk after that. So if you'll give me a moment, let's see what's coming in here. Sisters, I come to you at this time as the one you have known as Isis, the priestess, walking the earth, devoted to the earth and to the great mother of us all. You walk on the planet at this time when the feminine force of divinity arises once again. And in her awakening, in her rising to establish a long forgotten balance between the masculine and the feminine, much disruption and disturbance occurs. I come to you at this time with offerings of assurance and comfort, even as you are walking through a landscape of uncertainty and tumult. I come to remind you of who you are, to stir in you an awakening of an even deeper power and wisdom that you hold within. I call forth that remembrance to rise in you now, for you will need it in these times to come. Much fear is being promulgated upon your realm in order to keep humanity in a state of destabilized uncertainty and fear that the masses will be controlled. Think of a herd of sheep being frightened by dogs nipping at their ankles to force them into a corral down a chute for shearing or perhaps slaughter. This is the intention of those who have mastered control of your world to continue to pull the wool over the eyes of humanity in this fashion through the use of fear and a host of confusing pieces of information and events and circumstances. And so I come to you with the strength of a courageous, fierce, grounded priestess, asking you and reminding you to hold the field of light in these times. For both at the collective level and your own personal life, you will be faced with your own unique challenges and the temptation to fall back into fear and cooperate with a stronger authority. But let us remind you that the strongest authority of all is within yourself when you are connected with your own divinity. These are the times for you to strengthen in your connection. You may call upon me as ancient priestess, overseer of the priestess lines as you rise all across this earth. You may call upon your own guides and teachers, or any of the ascended masters working with your realm at this time. For we are many, and we have come to support you in this ascension journey and for what you can call your graduation. The temptations to slip into fear, to go along to get along, to cooperate in the face of great potential loss will continue for a spell still. We would ask you to secure your trust in the truth of who you are as the divine eternal being walking through a dream that seems very, very real. We would also guide and advise you to support and secure that construct you walk with called the ego mind, whose job it is to protect you. And so look deeply at this time into what you need to feel supported, protected, and safe at that what you call 3D level of existence, so that your ego does not flare up at times when the wisdom voice of your deeper truth whispers and guides you. It is essential at this time for you to, as they say, hold the line, hold the light, hold the love. And to do that, it will require that you overcome the loud voices of fear, demands, even threats, and deepen into the true trust and the knowing of your higher guidance for this window of time you are journeying through. Reflect upon those simple activities which support you in staying grounded, staying centered, and staying connected with your higher guidance. Do not dismiss even the simple things, for they reverberate over time when practiced on a daily basis. Remember that what you think and feel emanates into the field for the collective. And there will be times when it is essential for you to process your fears. Please do not beat yourself up for getting it wrong. Yet recognize that there is a distinction between recognizing a fear arising and processing it and being ruled by fear, making decisions, short-term decisions based from fear. So when you feel fear arise, turn to those prayers, intentions, activities, grounding things that help you to feel safe and stable, even if for a moment, a few breaths. From that point, reflect, is this something that is arising to be processed, healed, witnessed, and cleared? Or is this reaction to the external world trying to force my hand to make a short-term decision that may not work out in the long run? These are refined skills. These are the skills of the cultivation of mastery. These are the skills for the student ready to graduate from this realm. Do not dismiss the value of this simple reflection, nor of the significance of what you are walking through, nor of the potency that comes when you make decisions based in the trust of your higher guidance, which will come without fear and contraction, but rather with curiosity, expansion, possibility, and hope. There is a sense of vulnerability, of surrendering, of falling back into the trust of the beloved arms of the divine creator, and that is what we ask you to do in these times. You each walk your own unique path. You each are clearing your own unique set of, we could say, karmic, cosmic, soul repetitive patterns. For each of you, it will be different, and yet the overarching process, we could say, is the same. Something arises. Deeply reflect, what is this? Is this something that needs to be witnessed, cleared, and loved up into a higher frequency? Or is this just trigger that is wanting me to respond and react from fear? And it is not that one is separate from the other. For often, the triggers you will uniquely experience are indeed stirring up something from, you could say, another incarnation or the patterning of your early childhood. And so this is why we say it is of value to pause, breathe, reflect, journal, speak with a friend or a wise counsel. Refer to those tools and skills you have in your priestess toolkit, as this one says, in order to work with the energies arising rather than reacting from them. For there is much to unfold as this of your calendar year progresses and the year to come. Some will be triggered greatly into making choices that do not serve them, for they are choosing out of fear and reaction. We guide you otherwise. We guide you to sit, be still, receive, call upon us to support you. Call upon Isis, call upon your divine master teachers. Call upon your own inner wisdom from incarnations where you walk elsewhere with greater knowing. And also connect yourself with Mother Earth. For as you know, your planet is ascending, and her tumultuous changes in frequency and sometimes in actual physical change can be disruptive for those who live upon her. When you place your belly upon her belly, she knows you. Connect with her. We want you to know that we are here for you. We are many, many. This channel refers to those of us in the non-physical as master teachers in the non-physical, and indeed that is what we are. I, as Isis, come forward to support those who remember the path of the priestess, the sacred feminine leader who supports her community and supports herself, embodying the remembrance of the divine feminine ray of that which you call God. I invite you to stand in that knowing now. Stand in the light of your own divinity, embodying she who is the eternal. And in that remembrance, walking still as a human in form. What is to come is blessed indeed, and what is before you now may not look that way at all. Fear not, sisters, fear not, for what is to come is blessed. What is to come is what so many have prayed for. And so stand strong. Call upon your guides to support you. Deepen into your connection with Mother Earth and walk through these tumultuous times in the knowing of your divinity and that it is your light, your love, which will smooth the path for many. Every now moment is an opportunity to choose again and again the path of light and peace, the path of grace and equanimity. Choose again and again. When fear arises, go inward, allow yourself to process through it, and choose again into the peace and equanimity of the knowing of your true divinity. These are times that forge those of soul strength and maturity. As the fire forges the sword, so these times of fiery and watery upheaval will forge those who stand strong in the truth of their divine eternal selves. You may call upon me, and I am with you. I am Isis, she who has come to whisper in the ears and tap the shoulders of the ancient priestesses to rise again and hold the sacred field of love for all of life during this great transformation on your plane. Call upon me whenever you feel the need for that support at your back, and know that I am with you. And I will speak with you again at another time. Thank you.